So what matters more than money? What matters more than money? Have you ever noticed that the things we often chase don't bring the satisfaction that we expect? And that's not surprising, That's why it's different scriptures in the Bible that talk about that. Being grateful and reflecting on what you have now, because you want to appreciate what you get in the future if you don't be grateful for what you have now. So I have a few segments I want to talk about. So the first thing I want to talk about is work-life balance. That's more important than money. Kind of ties into my last video, the hustle culture. But if you're working hours and hours and hours, you can't be taking care of yourself. You may be, but self-care, pedicures, manicures, getting your hair done, getting massages when you need to, making your doctor's appointment, making your dentist appointment, making your eye appointment, stuff like that. It's very important because I know my father told me that, he's been working a lot lately, but he's missed his last 4 doctor's appointments and he's supposed to be having surgery. I'm like, no. I had a cousin that just passed away from a stroke, and I know she was working a lot of hours. Like, you have to make sure that you have that work-life balance and making sure that you're taking care of yourself. And also just making time for other things, because the main thing that's more important than money is time. And I know that myself, I had to scale back on certain things just to make sure I'm taking care of myself. Working out, stuff like that, is very important. Making time for my hobbies, stuff like this. It's super important, and to not prioritize work for a place that'll get rid of you like this for something that's can have a long-lasting impact on your life, like, a healthcare or something like that. But the second thing I want to talk about is community and support. So community and support is very huge. Some people feel that they don't have it, and I understand that, because as an entrepreneur, being in my early 20s, it's hard to find people that are as motivated as me, as disciplined as me. And I'm not saying I'm the most perfect person, but I'm not out clubbing. I'm not wasting time. I can't just lay up and just like do nothing. Like, it bothers me. I have to be doing something. Even when I don't feel good, like I've had this accident, I've still been trying to make sure that I'm staying like productive and on top of things, and making sure that I'm improving myself, or, just learning something every day. I think it's just important to emphasize the strengths found in community support. So whether it's family, if you have friends, like, I'm just wanting to build more relationships, trying to discover more people like me. Most people are older. I want to be able to say, oh, let me call my lawyer. My friend's a lawyer. I've got a friend in Italy that may be able to do this, or, I've got some connections in Sweden. I just want that kind of reach, to be able to have relationships with people that are sharing the same interests in me, because you outgrow people. You outgrow your high school friends, you outgrow your college friends, you outgrow your family sometimes, and sometimes they can be envious of that. Sometimes they can throw a little shade, be a little passive. You think you better than us. I'm sure I heard that. You think you better than us now. Like, it's no, you should be happy, but I don't know why our community is kind of like that. Like, you've heard crabs in a bucket. I don't know why our community is like that, because my main thing is to making sure that not only am I having my own community and things, but making sure I'm showing support and giving back to the community. Like, I do a lot of volunteer work. I volunteer for STEM right now. I started a nonprofit in Memphis a few years ago that feeds over 10,000 families a year. So things like that, I think that's really important as far as community and supporting. And you don't look for anything in return for these things, but you just do them because you want to do them. And I think the most important thing as a human is making sure that we help each other, because you can't do it all by yourself. You can try, but it's going to lead to things like burnout. You're going to burn certain bridges, mess up certain relationships, things that I've went through. I had to sacrifice a lot of relationships to be where I'm at today. Some I'm proud of, some, I may second guess myself about. And the third thing I would say that's really important, more important than money, is health. Health is by far more important than money. If you have a doctor's appointment, you've been missing it because you've been working overtime, or you haven't went to the doctor, you need to go to the doctor. Especially if you got benefits for it, use those benefits. I just went to the eye doctor and got me a new pair of glasses. I didn't need any, but if I'm getting the benefit for it, use it. Dental, make sure you're taking care of your dental. Like, dental hygiene is so important. Not only brushing your teeth, I have a brush for my tongue, I have a tongue scraper, I have a water pick, I carry around flossies, I have 2 different toothbrushes, just different things to take care of your health, because that's super important. Because the younger you are, the more energy they say you have. That's why people always say, when I was young, such and such, instead of drinking and messing up our liver and smoking and just doing nothing of substance, just doing it because everybody else doing it, it's really no benefit in it, I guess. But teach his own. You're young, you want to party, that's you. But I'm just not searching for, but I'm just hoping that, and I know it's super rare, like people this young, people always tell me, like, oh, people always say it, people don't really start to get their stuff together until they like 30 or whatever. So even then, it's different. But just finding a community and tribe is important. And also, like I said, your health should be number one as far as everything. Like, go get a massage if you need to, go get a facial, you know, things like that. And the next thing I want to talk about is education. The value of education and knowledge sharing within the community, as far as like tools for empowerment and real success, is super imperative. I think it's important to not be stingy with your resources, but be open to sharing it. That's kind of what I like to find, is like relationships that benefit each other. And a lot of times you may get, even in partnerships, intimate relationships, it's like, man, like, I'm motivating you to do this and I'm motivating you to do that and I'm supporting you, but what are you doing for me? And just skills, knowledge, like I said, education, and then just having those relationships in certain areas. And you don't need to go to college. When I say education, it doesn't mean like doesn't have to be scholastic, but I mean, I guess it does help in certain areas, but it depends. It depends. Another thing is like legacy and impact. And I know guys are probably more big on the legacy thing, but you have to reflect on how creating a lasting impact and empower others can reward other things other than personal financial success. Like, you got to think about your kids and your grandkids and your kids. So I think it kind of stretches there. But some people, just don't care about kids, don't even want kids.
Fuck them kids. Fuck the kids? Yeah.
But as far as your legacy and your impact, just figuring out what people in the world left a legacy that's passed away now. And then you think about how can I impact the community in a positive way, less selfish, but more about, I actually want to help people, because that's really where abundance comes from, helping other people. And just one thing I want to leave with you guys, just success isn't just about what you gain, but about what you help others with and the legacy you leave behind. And I love helping people. I love giving my leftovers to the homeless people, whether it's a lot or whether it was expensive or whatever. I love cooking for the homeless, especially in LA. I cooked a few southern dishes for them before, and also I just love to give back. So yeah, and I love providing value. So it's kind of how it's always been. So I'll see y'all in the next video. I want to talk about partnerships in the next video. So I'll see y'all there.